Now, President Obama this hour issuing a new statement on Ukraine, warning President Putin to go no further.
Garry Kasparov is no stranger to the political battles in Russia. First, he's a master chess player, but Kasparov's also a political activist. And in the Ukraine matter, he's critical of both Presidents Putin and Obama. Garry Kasparov, world chess champion, chairman of the Human Rights Foundation, with us in studio, and good day to you.
Good afternoon.
What does Putin want? How far is Putin willing to go?
As far as he's allowed to go. That's very simple. This is the rule for any dictator. At a certain point, he has no choice but to raise the stakes. Because all he does in foreign policy now, it's aimed at his domestic audience. He doesn't have elections. He's a dictator for life. And he has to demonstrate his invincibility, that he is all-powerful and he can defy any foreign power, especially the United States.
You've spent much of your life fighting oppression in Russia or the Soviet Union. What has it been like for you here to watch what's going on in Ukraine?
Look, it's almost tragic because people like me have been warning for a long time that it was inevitable. It would be inevitable. And when Putin attacked Republic of Georgia and took over part of the Georgian territory, that was a clear sign that, you know, it's at a certain point he would go further. And now I'm shocked to hear that some people here suggesting that, oh, maybe Crimea is not that bad. We already heard it in 1938. Maybe Anschluss of Austria is not that bad. Maybe Sudetenland is not that bad. Maybe dictator would stop. No, because it's a logic. It's escalation. So it's dangerous to confront Putin today. But tomorrow it will be more dangerous and more costly.
This hour, President Obama essentially said, don't hold that vote in Crimea in 10 days. Will they?
Oh, no doubt. They will. Putin is not going to stop.
So you know the outcome of that vote. That vote is going to say we want to side with Russia.
Look, it's a referendum at gunpoint. I mean, I'm not sure that if you have a proper referendum in Crimea, the population would vote in favor of Russia, because it's not about Russia, it's about Putin's Russia. All the polls in eastern Ukraine and Crimea show that it was at least unclear. And I think with a proper campaigning, I think most of them would stay within Ukraine. But at the, with Russian troops occupying the peninsula.
President Obama this hour announced more economic sanctions on some Russians. We've had analysts say those won't work. What do you think?
Look, as I always say, don't impose sanctions on 140 million Russians. Pick up 140 oligarchs, because you cannot have rational arguments with Putin. He's a dictator for life. He has no choice. He would move forward. But every dictator needs his allies, his cronies, his henchmen, and they're vulnerable. They don't think that they've burned all the bridges. So that's why, if they recognize as a threat, and don't forget, all these Putin's, guys, oligarchs, the Russian elite, they have their properties, their families, their palaces, basketball clubs, football clubs, jets, here in America or in Europe. Aiming at them might leave Putin with no army to continue.
You believe that, huh?
Yeah, and that's the best solution now. But it does not exclude a demonstration of military might. Dictators can be stopped only by demonstration of strength. They grow without weakness, without indecisiveness,
well, then, what do you think of our reaction so far on behalf of what the U.S. government's doing, the president's doing?
It's better than nothing, but it's still, in my view, it's not enough, and it's late. And they just have to recognize that, Putin is not a partner for negotiations. Forget about diplomatic solutions. I think warnings should be much stronger, and they should be very specific. Forget Putin. Talk to other guys surrounding him. That is the only way to save Russia, Ukraine, and the rest of the world from the horrors of the escalation of this conflict.
You've heard some of our leaders liken this exchange to a chess game. You are a world-class chess master. How do you checkmate Putin?
This is, I could do that if he played chess and played by the rules. He's playing poker. He has a weak hand, but he knows how to raise the stakes, and he knows how to bluff. And it's time to call his bluff.
Garry Kasparov, pleasure seeing you again.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for your time today.